and there's no order that I'm going in. So I just threw them on the board behind you guys right now, and you'll see. You'll see. So let's just
Y-
start.
Do
You
it.
will see.
Yeah.
We'll
So
see. So the first one, again, this is outside of the box. You're not going to see this on a Google search. This first one is actually procrastination. This is a huge energy sucker. Let me like paint the picture for you on procrastination. And Matt is like
This doesn't hit home at all.
in the season of this. And I have like really stopped, I would say, procrastination, this pattern that I had been running for a long time. I would say like the past 2 years. I would say that I'm just like over that. But procrastination, if we're thinking about doing something, I'm going to do this. Okay, I got to do this in a couple weeks. I got to do this. And that stacks, stacks, stacks. It is robbing us of so much mental space and energy thinking about it all the time. So therefore, it's an energy sucker for sure. Take it away, Matt.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. I'll
first of
share.
all, you both do not seem like procrastinators. to
I'm
me.
not anymore. I'm really not anymore.
And I had a similar conversation with actually just someone today during a reassessment. It's not the sense that we're not doing anything, but there's these overhanging things and responsibilities, or even just tasks that we want to whether it's something we want to do or something that we just need to do, right? Because those are two different things. But if you spend any amount of time letting that ruminate in the back of your mind, that weight just starts to build up. And I will give you guys, what I am a procrastinator by nature. I've done it my entire life, and there's been seasons that I haven't. And again, I do a lot of things and I take action in a lot of things in life, but there's just those things that you just sometimes push to the side, right? I had 3 specific things that for about 2 months I needed to do. And I would physically start feeling myself like feel the weight of that, and just like felt like I'll
Can you
just
kind
do
of
it
give
later.
like a genre of what this
Like
what
I had
things
to
were?
fill out a specific form for something for my bank, and it wasn't that necessarily a
Yeah.
huge deal. Like it wasn't going to affect anything that I needed to be taken care of, but it just needed to be taken care of. And then there was just some other, little minutia things that I had to do. And I remember, oh yeah, something with our license and filling out a paperwork, whatever. And I had a few months, but I kept feeling it. And so what happened was one day I just like, I got to do this. And there was 3 things that I had to do. I've been putting it off for months. And I did all 3 of those things in about 20 minutes. And I had done that previously in the past before, but something clicked for me. It's like, if I can just take action on things right away, 99.9% of the time, I make it more challenging in my head. I make it more stressful than it actually is. And so this led us down a path, which maybe we'll introduce what we're doing. I was looking up books on procrastinations. A book came up called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Maybe many of you guys have heard of her. She is an amazing human being, and she wrote this book, and it's really, really simple. It's called The 5-Second Rule. It's something that she shares her story that she was a procrastinator. She would put things on the back burner, and she'll share it in the book if you want to read it. But essentially, if you just count backwards from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take action on that, what that does from the nervous system, from your brain, and a biological standpoint, you get yourself out of the rumination and you actually start moving towards the goal. And when you start moving towards the goal, it makes it easier for you to just continue that momentum. Because when we have that stress, when we have that fight or flight, like it's just holding in the background. And I just remember like this weight got lifted off me. So I'm about 3 weeks off of being a procrastinator, but I honestly feel like something within me is changing completely. And so procrastination is just one of those things where if we don't look at it and address it, it's just going to be in the background of your mind all the time.
That makes me think of like everything is like 95% like kind of in the background. And with all that stuff, it probably took you 20 minutes, like you said, to nail that. And living rent free in your head, whatever that might be. But how many 20-minute periods did you go through in that long time period? Probably 20 minutes every now and again, just thinking about that. And I think about that 95% being subconscious. It's like, how often were you not even consciously thinking about that? And how present were you whenever that takes up so much space?
Yeah, and it's just a layer again, like been on the journey for a long time, but just freeing that up, like I feel more free, I feel more open. So yeah, I love it.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
procrastination, I feel like it's tasks, but it's also like maybe even conversations that you definitely need to have. Like so procrastination comes in different shapes and forms, but this is just planting a seed for you to really begin going throughout your day. And what are you like? What's holding on? Like what are you holding on to that's actually robbing us of presence and energy? And so procrastination and the 5-second rule and things like that is such freedom from it, truly.
Yeah, I can't recommend. We actually decided to all of us read that book this month of January, and so we invited our community. So if you're watching this video or you got our emails, we invite you to read that book and hopefully gain some value from it as well.
Then we can do it together.
I think all that action cures so much anxiety just right off the bat.
That's what your anxiety was from when you were younger, was tasks you had, I remember,
Yeah.
built up.
Oh yeah, this is a
Like a huge
repeating
weight.
pattern for me. It's like you just think about it, and like again, your nervous system doesn't know the difference between if it's real or if it's perceived. So you're creating this stress response, and just by taking action, you can collapse that wave of stress in your life. And so yeah.
I love that.
Awesome.